very good afternoon to one and all. This is Dr. Pranay Devte, and today we are going to discuss about a different basic concept about the geology. Uh, what is the geology is all about? What kind of different studies we will study in the different papers, different parts of the geology. So now this study, this all the study, whatever the study we will carried out, or it's in a different branches. Whether this branch is known as the paleontology or some structural geology and all. So now we will start with this presentation. So this diagram will tell you story about what the geology is all about. What the geology is all about. So geology is all about your rock, time, principle, mapping, changes in Earth history and all, sedimentary plates, lithospheric plate, fault, material, and this all. So this is a beautiful mixture of the words which can be used and which is treated as a most part of the geology. So this is what we can say the all about the geological one brief about the geology. So coming to the next, why we study the geology and why this one is important for the civil engineering concept. So geology is play a very important role as far as the civil engineering is concerned. How I will explain you in next 5 minutes. So you have you have a, what it provides a knowledge about the material used for the construction. So different kind of material you have, a different kind of material you have. So different kind of material is having a different kind of properties. So for those property, you need to study the geology. So for information, for this all, you have to study the geology. The knowledge is helpful for constructing the dam. The knowledge for this, all the geological knowledge is very useful for constructing not only dam but also the other civil engineering construction like bridges, whether it is a bridges for a railway, for a, whatever you can have the construction. So geotechnical engineers needs a knowledge about the subject of excavation work. So when they are going to excavate the things, when they are going to excavate the thing, they need a proper knowledge about this one. They need a proper knowledge about the subject. So that's why you have a geology in your paper for the civil engineering. It's not only useful for the other work, but in a branch of the civil engineering, it is also having a important. So why we study the geology? The geology is the knowledge of the geology is required for the foundation and for design of highway and roads, for construction of tunnels. Soil tests are done before any project. Its knowledge is very helpful for river control and shipping work. A nature of soil material can be found out. So it's so the geological knowledge is required, very much required for the foundation. So if any there is any major fault and fold are there, they are get hampered to the all this construction. For designing a highway and roads, in construction of tunnels. So these all are the application of the geology. Then we come to the main our topic or what we study in the geology. Geo means earth, logy means earth, the study of science. So it deals with the study of origin, age, interior, and structure and history of the earth. Evaluation and modification of various surface feature like river, mountain, and lakes. Material makes up the earth. Material that is make of the earth. So, geology is the science of the earth. So, geology is the science of earth. So, geo means earth and study means logy means study of the science. So, this is all about the geology. So, which one is the main branches of the geology? Which one is the main branches of geology? The main branches of geology are physical geology, mineralogy, petrology, structural geology, historical geology, paleontology, and economic geology. So these are the main branches of the geology. These are the main branches of geology. Whereas the allied branches are engineering geology, mining geology, geophysics, geohydrology, and geochemistry. So this one are the allied branches. Now we go into and see the one by one. The first one is the physical geology. So physical geology is all about the dynamic geology or geomorphology. Physical geology deal with the different features of the earth such as mountain, river, lakes, glacier, and volcano. Mountain, river, lake, glacier, and volcano. These are the different agents of the your earth. It also deal with the different changes occur on a or surface like marine formation of disappearance of river, spring, and lake. Okay, it also deal with the different changes occur on a or surface like marine formation of disappearance of river, spring, and lakes. So then you have a physical geology and natural phenomena like landslide, earthquake, and weathering. So natural phenomena like landslide, earthquake, and weathering are a part of your physical geology. A geological work of wind, glacier, river, ocean, groundwater, and their role is constantly molding of a earth surface. So there is your physical geology is all about the natural phenomena like landslide, earthquake, and weathering. So this one are the a disaster. Sometimes we called as a hazard and disaster. So this geological work of a wind, glacier, river, ocean, groundwater, and their role is constantly molding on a earth surfaces. So mineralogy is the deal with the study of mineral. Mineralogy is the deal with the study of minerals. Mineralogy is another branch than your physical geology. So that will deal with the study of minerals. Mineralogy deal with the detailed mode of formation, composition, occurrences, type and association, property, use, etc. So then mineralogy. So the mineralogy of the civil engineering point of view, why we study the mineralogy and what is the use of mineralogy for the civil engineering point of view. The strength and durability of the material depend upon the on the chemical composition. The quartzite marble resemble one another in a shine color and appearance, but quartzite, by virtue of its mineral composition, is very hard, tough, strong, and durable, while the marble disintegrates into the decomposition in a short period because of its mineral composition and properties. So petrology is defined as the petra means rock and logy means study. We already studied the petrology, some of the introductory part about the petrology. So this day here also we see that what is the petrology is all about. Petrology is a rock study. Petrology is all about the rock study. The earth crust is also called as the lithosphere. The earth crust is also called as the lithosphere that is made up of different type of rocks. Petrology deal with the formation, structure, texture, composition, and occurrences of type. So your rocks is basically you have a three different type of rock which form by the three different type of processes. Three different type of rock is formed by the three different type of process. Igneous rock is formed by the igneous processes. Metamorphic rock is formed by the metamorphic process that is called as metamorphism. Sedimentary rock is formed by the sedimentary processes. So all these rocks are having a different element and different minerals and different process involved. Then you have a petrology, civil point of view, a civil engineering point of view. The composition and texture characteristic of rock primarily contribute to their strength and durability. Rocks, based on their suitability, can be used for a foundation for dams, tunneling, and other construction material. Hence, it is most important branch of geology from civil engineering point of view. Hence, it is the most important branch of geology from civil engineering point of view. The composition and texture characteristic of rocks primarily contribute to their strength and durability. So, whatever the rocks we are using for the building construction, for a dam, for a tunneling, they are all the earth is mostly made up of the rocks. So, what the rocks is all about the different composition, chemical composition, mineral composition. So, if you don't know the mineral and chemical composition of that particular rock, you can't do anything. So, to know about this all, you have to study the geology in a civil engineering. Then you have a structural geology. Then you have a structural geology. The rock which is formed in the earth crust undergoes various deformation, dislocation, distribution under the influence of tectonic plates. The result of these occurrences of geological structure like fold, fault, joint unconformities in the rocks. The detailed mode of formation causes, type, classification, important, etc. So you have a different kind of rocks. You have a different kind of rocks which is having a different kind of structure is also there. Then you have a fault. Then you have a fault. Then you have fault. You can able to see what is the fault and how the fault is look like. Fault is nothing but the what we can say the relative displacement of the block. A relative displacement of the block. Sorry for break. So the structural geology is all about the fold, fault, and different kind of structure that is present in a uh, on a earth. So fault is looks like just a relative displacement between the two blocks. Whereas fault is nothing but the undulation or a zigzag like structure that is formed by the different kind of forces. Geological structure modify the inherent physical characteristic of rock. So, on a dam side or other way, if any structure is present there, that is a very disastrous and very means this is not good for the construction of any civil construction. There, if there is any civil structure. Then you have a historical geology. What is the historical geology? Historical geology is the geology which deals with the history of the earth. Then you have a paleontology. A paleontology is the under favorable condition, animal and plant life gets embedded in a sediment. It will be preserved partially or completely. Such a remnant of ancient life preserved in a rocks by natural processes are known as fossil. So details of mode of formation of fossil, their type, occurrences, etc. form the subject matter or paleontology. It's not much important from the civil engineering point of view. So when you have a fossil, and this one is a more important for the paleoclimatologist or paleontologist who study the different kind of fossil. It's not that much of important for civil engineering point of view because you not directly these all are related to the present condition. Whatever the study that is taken place, so that study are mostly tell the story about the past. All this one, the story is about the past, not the present. Then you have a economic geology. Then you have a economic geology. So economy, which a very important factor again. And what is the economic geology? That the minerals and rocks, which is economically important, the minerals and rock, which is economically important, can be studied under the branch economic geology. Study under the branch economic geology. So this is how you study the economic geology. Then you have the prosperity of this nation depend upon the large extent of rich reserve of the economical mineral deposit. So if you have a good amount of gold, good amount of coal, alumina, manganese, bauxite, and all this one, then the country are having a self-sufficient, and they are rich by their resources. So Gulf countries are very rich. Why? Because of their oil deposits. So Gulf countries are mostly depending upon or export their oil to the outside and earn the money. Whereas South Africa is rich because of the why South Africa is rich? Because of the gold and the diamond. And you know that how much diamond has been what we can say, the how much diamond is important and in demand. So it deals with the mode of formation, occurrences, classification, association, varieties, concentration, properties, and uses. It is related to the economic importance. It is not related to civil engineering point of view. Then you have engineering geology, what we are mostly important for your civil engineering student and all. So engineering geology is the deals with the application of geological knowledge in the field of civil engineering. Civil engineering is the what we can say, the engineering geology is the a branch which deals with the application of geological knowledge in the field of civil engineering for execution of the safe, stable, and economic construction like dam, bridges, and tunnel. Then you have a mining geology. This deals with the application geological knowledge in the field of mining. A mining engineer is interested in the mode of extent of occurrences of ore, their association, tenor, properties, etc. It is also necessary to know other physical parameters like depth, direction, inclination, thickness, and ore bodies. This is an open cast mine. Then you have some allied branches. Which is not we can say the in a head, but it was a very important one. So the study of physical properties like density, magnetism of Earth is under the geophysics. It is subdivided into pure geophysics and exploration geophysics. So it is also further you subdivided. This one is as a pure geophysics and the exploration geophysics. Pure geophysics deal with the general aspect of Earth as a whole. Exploration geophysics deals with the study of upper layer of the Earth crust. So there is a basic difference between pure geophysics and exploration geophysics. This is a pure geophysics, okay? And the exploration geophysics is all about the whatever the surface area or upper part of the Earth can be studied in the exploration. Then you have a geohydrology. This may also called as a hydrogeology. It deals with the occurrences, movement, and nature, quality and quantity of a groundwater in the area. This branch is closely related to the geology because the very existence, movement of groundwater are directly related to the porosity, permeability, structure, texture, and composition of groundwater and underground rocks. So the geochemistry is the another branch. That branch is relatively more recent and deal with the occurrence, distribution, and abundance and mobility of different elements on the earth crust. It is not important from the civil point of view. So geochemistry is mostly not very important, but yes, this one is important. That which kind of element are present there. There may be some consideration for the civil engineering construction. Then we come to know about the why we study the geology and what is the scope of geology. Two things are there: why we study the geology and what is the use of the subject which I am going to study. So, so the geology provide necessary information about the construction material at the site where we used to construct the building, dam, tunnel, tank, reservoir, highway, and bridges. So geology is basically providing a very basic but equally important information about the a construction site. Whether the you have to go for the construction on the same site or whether you have to change the plan. Then you have a geological information that is the most important in the planning stage, design phase, and construction phase of all the engineering project. Then you have a scope of geology. Geology is useful to know the method of mining of rock and mineral deposit on earth surface and subsurface. The geology is useful for supply, storage, and filling up the reservoir with the water. This is the only subject which gives the information about the earth surface. So that's why the geology has been rated very high. That it only subject which gives the information about the earth surface, subsurface, and all. Geology is a very important branch of the your earth sciences, and so this one is goes very up, means scope for geology is good enough. Then the importance of geology in civil engineering. What is the importance of geology in civil engineering? So before constructing the road, bridges, and tunnel and tanks, reservoir and building, selection of the site is important from the point of stability and the foundation. The geology provides the systematic knowledge for the construction material and their properties. The knowledge about the material nature of the rock is tunneling and construction of roads. Then you have importance of geology in civil engineering. Importance of geology in civil engineering. The foundation problem of dam, bridges, and buildings are directly related to the geology of the area where they are to be built. The knowledge about the groundwater is necessary to connection with the excavation work and water supply and irrigation. The knowledge of erosion, transportation, and deposition (ETD) we normally call as the ETD. So help the surface water help in the soil conservation, river control. Geological map and section help considerably in planning many engineering projects. So, if the geological feature like fault, joint, beds, folds are found, they have to be suitability treated. Uh, Hence, the stability of rock structure is important. Pre-geological survey of the area concerned reduce the cost of the planning work. So this one is a important knowledge about this before going to study this one. Now we study the general geology in a very general introduction about any rock which is hard as stone in a any rocks which is hard and strong. It may be decided when it exposed to the atmosphere, ultimately making the rock unfit to be at the site of foundation or to be used as a construction material. So detail about the responses of different minerals which constitute the rocks will be give the understanding of the weathering and phenomena. Then you have a geological agents. Then you have a geological agents. Geological agents is the geological agent are those agents which is formed naturally and by the geological processes. Based on the origin and natural processes, it can be grouped into the two layers. It will group into the two layers. One is exogenous and one is endogenous. What is the exogenous? The agent originated on the Earth's surface works slowly but agent the agent originated in our surface are having a pan issues. So this one is a geological work of the way is systematic, and the communication with erosion is followed by transportation and deposition. So exogenous geological history, exogenous geological history. So so the deposition process causes the disappearance of the depression and uh, different kind of study. So this is a exogenous. This is a exogenous geological agents. This one is a exogenous geological agents. So now you till now you have all the basic concept. Now this is a exogenous and you have a endogenous. So exogenous is the thing that you can say that all are all. So in an endogenous geological agent, what happens? The nature, origin, and function of the endogenous endogenous geological agent are principal opposite to the exogenous geological agent. They originated from the earth surface, work under suddenly the and suddenly create a topographic irregularity. So this is how you can learn this all. So you have endogenous geological agents. You have endogenous geological agents. That will be then next is the weathering of the rock. Weathering of the rock. The process by which rocks are broken down and decomposed by action. So the external agents such as wind, river, rain, temperature change is called as a weather. So weathering is a very important phenomenon again. Then you have a mechanical weathering. The process involves breakdown of rocks into smaller pieces due to the natural forces. Uh, the landslide is a common phenomenon for this one. Then you have a topic weathering of rock. Then you have a topic weathering of rock. The present of the study, the present of the after in the cracks of rock freezes during the night time and method during the daytime. Freezes of the water involve an increase in volume because which it will be cracked or wetted simultaneously. So then you have a weathering process is very important and strong process. A solar radiation causes the heating and expansion and contraction are some of the comments I receive. So they will going to improve on this one. So this is how weathering of the rock. This is how the weathering of the rock. Then you have a weathering of rocks. Then you have a weathering of rock. So weathering of rocks are weathering of rocks are mechanically distributed weathering and effect of vegetation during the growth of vegetation in the rock terrain. The roots penetrate into the existing weak planet gradually. The cracks and widespread learning by physical breakdown. So all these are the study which will be take place under the weathering sector. Then you have a chemical weathering. After the physical one, you have a chemical weathering. The chemical weathering is nothing but the resultant of the upper surface of the river. The upper surface of the river when it get over the your uh, water, that is the best one. So you have a weathering of rocks. You have a weathering of rocks, which is having a chemical weathering. Which is having a chemical weathering. In case of carbonate rock, such as in case of a carbonate rock, such as limestone, dolomite, marble. When the river comes traverse in these rock base, so carbonate are dissolved and resulting in the reduction of their thin sizes. So you often find uh, what we can say the so different kind of structure we will found by the acting this one. So this is a weathering of rock. This is a nothing but the weathering of a rock. So weathering of the rock is having a leaching. Leaching means removable or soluble content adds by water. Water is a powerful leaching agent which is leaching most of the material when coming. You always this one having a different kind of a study can be carried out and guide them. So weathering of the rock is depending upon the chemical composition. Weathering of the rock is depending upon the chemical composition. Then you have biological activities also there in rock, so that biological activity is also one of the reasons. That's why you don't have a permission. So this is a biological activity. Then you have weathering of roots. So when you have skull and something like this one, you can see that there is a different kind of weathering products kept there. And Earth is depend. Earth is the structure of Earth is suggested that it is the exosphere, which is the outermost part of the Earth. Then you have a thermosphere. So mesosphere. So so this all are the different videos which can be. So mesosphere, stratosphere, troposphere, and thermosphere, and ionosphere. So this is a different layer of atmosphere. So exosphere is the last one or on the surface that is known as exosphere. Thermosphere is a sphere where we have a different kind of study that is involved in a Earth structure. So Earth is already having a crust, mantle, and core. Already we gone through this one. What it mean by biosphere, thermosphere, and all. Then you have Earth sciences. Earth sciences, it's a topography. Uh, कल PPDs मांगी है. So so it is a lowermost zone of the atmosphere rising from the surface of the Earth extent on an average to the height of 20. So it's a upper boundary called tropopause about 9 kilometer above is Poland's and 18 apart. So in a troposphere, the most of the flight can run in a troposphere. This is the use of the troposphere. So it is the second layer of the atmosphere starting from the tropopause, and the ozone layer is also start at a height of zero point 0.9 kilometer. So the surface is continue up to 35 kilometers. So that is a prediction based on the different models. They are having a differentiate. Uh, so this is how our surface can show. This is an introduction. So introduction, you have Earth surface and the Earth surface and So mesosphere. So this one is a mesosphere, which is the third part of the this one. This is a third planet. This is the third planetable zone of atmosphere which began with the this. It is a characterized with the steep slope of temperature and may go as below 100 degrees Celsius at the upper limit of the mesosphere. So our structure is divided into two different units. So anyway, we have this panel. Everything will be have this panel. Just whether it is started or not, you have to just check it for the. Uh, so so the this one is a what we can say the um, we are not in the this one. So video is or what we can say the geomorphology is a very important phenomena that will be having a damage and use of road GIS. So depending upon the our structure, how we are called, this is the our structure. So you have troposphere, you have a different kind of sphere here. So it is the second layer of the atmosphere starting from the tropopause and extending up to the average Jawaharlal average height of the 50 kilometer. So the ozone layer start from the height of 9 kilometer above the surface and continue up to 35 kilometer. So you have a stratosphere. The stratosphere is the second layer of atmospheric studying corporate it's a second layer so this one is not having this issue. So so the this one has a or known as a or structure. Next to this one is a flower is having a different kind of shades. Likewise, the what is the importance of this hot structure or hot lava in your study? This is because the third zone of the accumulation which began a stratopause at about 50 kilometer and above the surface continue up to height of about one. So this is how we will working together. So this is a mesosphere. This is a mesosphere. Then this is a or sphere. This is a or sphere. So you have a earth interior. Then you have a earth interior. What is the earth interior is all about? The earth interior is all about a different layer of the earth. A different layer of the earth can be decided different. What we can say the uh, depend upon the place, the interior, the kilometer of the interior can be changed. So, if you are counting the crust or the core or the top bottom of the crust in a Himalayan region, you cannot. But in a central and this region, you can have a coring equipment, and so this one is a part of the interior structure. So, Earth surfaces are the lithosphere and now understood to include only the uppermost shell of the early, the crust, and what we can. So this lithosphere is also an important one. So Earth structure is a uppermost solid shell of the Earth, which also the first part is a crust. First part is a crust. In the crust mantle core, you have divided the fold in a crust, mantle, and core. So first one is a crust. So what is a crust? It is a uppermost. It is a uppermost solid. So Earth with has a varying thickness in a different areas of hollows under the ocean, under the continent, and under the mountain. So this is some of the definition of the your these things. Then you have a then you have a what the oceanic crust is all about. So crust beneath the ocean and consistent mainly of dense material. So this is all about the earth and the basic of the earth structure. Now next is a earth interior structure. This is the earth interior structure. So the earth interior is the structure of earth interior is you have a crust, mantle, and core. So crust is only up to 35 kilometer, or in some areas it came at extended up to the what we can say the 100 kilometer, mountain side, and only 10 to 15 kilometer ocean side. Because why the question is why? Because your surface is not a homogeneous one. It is inhomogeneous and it's having undulation somewhere and having a valley somewhere. The composition of the silicon, oxygen, iron, and magnesium is the composition of this metal is a silicon, oxygen, iron, silicon, oxygen, iron, and magnetism, magnesium. So this is your what about the metal. Then you have core. So you have an innermost layer of the earth. You have an innermost layer of the earth, and 6,800 kilometer in a diameter from the outside edge of the core to the center. So the core is having a more than 1 as to 3, means you almost have a 30 more than 35, and this one mass of the earth is accumulated in this core. So you have a core, then you have a 15% of its volume, 15% of its volume. Temperature ranges from 2000 to 700 degree. You have a earth interior structure, you have a crust, you have a mantle, and now you have a core. So what is the core? Core is nothing but a layer of molten metal beneath the mantle. Surrounds the inner core 2200 kilometer thick. Surrounding the inner core is 22 kilometer the thick. So then you have this interior of earth. So now what is this all is all about? What is the different branches of the geology? What is the different branches of geology, and what that branches is deal with the different aspect of the geology? What that all the branches can be deal with? Okay, so means when you have when you have this crust, mantle, and core, and all. So the lithosphere is made up of the tectonic plates. We will just overlook the what is the this what is mean by this all what we can say the tectonic plates and all. So tectonic plate is nothing but a layer or lithosphere around the your corner. So this one is a tectonic plates. You can see this how many tectonic plates this one is having, and all these tectonic plates are uh, different, having a different continent and different ocean. Like you have African plate is where you have most ocean. You have South American plates, North American plates, Caribbean plates. But for the Australia and this one, so So these all are the tectonic plates are all are the mostly having a this one. So tectonic plates is nothing but a lithospheric plate which will be float above the astronosphere, and that is responsible for the whatever the this one are. So then you have a tectonic plate, then you have a tectonic plate. The tectonic plates are conventional currents. Tectonic plates are conventional currents. So the large convection current in the astronosphere transfer heat to the plumes, where the plume dense magma break apart and plays of spreading the center. So then you have a type of plate boundaries. Plate collide to each other is a convergent plate boundary. If the plate is get separated, divergent boundary. Then if that one is goes one another, there is a transform boundaries, reduction zone. So these all are the type of the plate boundaries. So you have a different kind of plate boundaries. This one is you have a different kind of plate boundaries into the this one. So this is all about today's lecture. Hope you understand what is the different branches we have. What is the different branches we have? Different kind of weathering of rocks. So if when you have a civil, so all you have a mathematical and all this formulas and this one to study the all this event. So this is how you can study, and the atmosphere and hydrosphere is very much interested subject. The new techniques have been arrived, and that's how you can have your what we can say the study of the this one. So this is all about today's lecture. This is all about today's lecture, which we study about a different kind of rock, different kind of rock, and a different kind of study, different kind of rock and different kind of study. So thank you for listening me. Hope you enjoy this video and understand the lecture properly. Thank you for understanding. Thank you.